Okay, my name is Professor Akinsanya Kambon, and I'm a 63-year-old. I served in Vietnam and also was a member of the Black Panther Party in the 60s. And I was an artist for the Black Panther Party and an artist in the Marine Corps. And I'm still an artist, and I work with youth. I work with young people. Well, I do painting, but I also do sculpture. I also do pottery. I don't just do watercolor or oil painting. I do both. I do pastel, I do pen and ink, and acrylic. I've carved stone, wood, and I've worked in bronze.
Can you speak about the art that's being shown here for this tour?
The animal series?
Yes, the wildlife
series.
series.
The wildlife series. Okay, that's animals. To me, the things that they do make a lot more sense than things that we do as humans. Animals don't really kill for no reason. If animals kill, they're protecting their young or killing for food or whatever to survive. But humans, we tend to kill even other humans. When I'm working with my art, I'll start working on something, and if I get into it deep enough, I go to a place that's not of the present time. You know, it's like going to a different zone. And it's like you elevated above a lot of things, and everything coming to you is spiritual. Sometimes it's like being in a trance and working and not even knowing what you're doing. You know, and somebody can talk to you and snap you out of it. And then you can say, oh, what is, and then a lot of times the things that I create, I don't even know what they are. And I kind of tend to equate this to a time when I was in Africa. And I went down in the dungeon in Elmina Castle in Ghana. And this was a dungeon where they housed slaves in forts. And Elmina Castle was like a big slave fort. And when I was allowed to go down in this dungeon by myself and meditate, it seems as though I came in contact with a lot of African spirits. And, you know, I guess I didn't really like to speak of this at first because I was thinking that if I told people this, they'd think I was crazy. But they communicated with me that they had been waiting for me. And I'm looking around, and I was afraid at first because I had never experienced anything like this. And I was communicating, and my thought was, why are you looking for me? And they said, we need you to teach our children who were stolen. And I'm thinking, our children who were stolen, that's us. And they said, we need you to teach them about our history, about our culture and our religion. And I'm thinking, I don't know anything about African history. I don't know that much about it because this was in '95. And I didn't really know that much about African history and culture, and especially religions, African religions, I knew nothing about. And as I stood there with that question, they said to me, don't worry, we have been guiding your hands. And now I can look back and I can say to myself, what they meant was that the work that I've done, even up to that point, is stuff that I don't understand on a conscious level, but it's stuff that I did on a spiritual level when I was in a zone. Do you understand what I mean? Did that kind of answer your question? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So it's this zone that I get in when I'm working, and now I feel so good because I've done research and I've been able to find out what a lot of these different deities and things that I've been creating are and mean, and the history of them and the stories about them.
So speak about that a little bit. So you create things and then you find out maybe years later what they actually mean.
Exactly. So I'll find out years later, or I'll sit there looking at it trying to figure out why did I do this, and I'll go ask somebody. Now more when I create something, I'll seek a priest, African priest, Babalawo, or one of the Ifas. I'll ask them questions about, I'll describe what I did and ask them, what does that mean? And they'll, oh, this is, explain it to me. And I said, oh, okay. So I started understanding. And they've directed me to different books where I've been able to find some of the answers. And I've found so many answers. I'm just really fascinated with the whole thing. It's like a whole new life, you know. And I'm sitting up here saying to myself, here I'm 63 years old and I feel like I'm a little child.